Hello, very good dear subscribers, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we have the special monthly video reviewing my portfolio starting from €0 with you. Get ready to discover my pick in August. The evolution of the investment made last month has been positive, as it has grown more than 5%, and in overall the portfolio also has performed in a good way with almost 10% upside. Texas Instruments is the worst performer this month with over 12% decrease, while the best performer is Meta and Google with more than 10% upside during this month. Additionally, more good news is that during this month we have received 7 dividend payments. Specifically €5.76 of Nike, €2.94 from Texas Roadhouse, 91 cents from Salesforce, €10.99 from Vici Properties, €4.78 from Comcast, €3.06 from Amdocs and €7.74 from 3 unreviewed companies. That makes a total of €36.18. This month I will add a company that I don't have in my portfolio in order to increase my diversification, and in this case is one company that I am transferring from another portfolio, one tech company that during the month of May was cheap around $400. That is why this month I am going to only analyze one company, the well-known Microsoft. Let's start by checking the dividend safety. During the 5 years that I am analyzing, it is very consistent around a ratio of 30%, indicating that they continue reinvesting the money. Checking the dividend growth during the last decade, Microsoft has increased its dividend by around 10% annually, increasing at a consistent pace. Regarding dividend yield, currently Microsoft is close to the minimum of the last 5 years' dividend yield value around 0.62%. However, I made the purchase in May when the dividend yield was close to the 0.8%. Continuing with the evolution of the revenue and earnings, this one has been so positive during the last few years, growing at around 15% compound annual growth rate since 2018. Now, if we look at the evolution of free cash flow over the last 5 years, here the growth is a little bit less than before with values around 10%, very similar to dividend growth values. Additionally, looking at free cash flow yield, actually has returned below its 5-year minimum from above 2.5% to almost 1.8%. As I mentioned in my previous videos, I want to make investments in companies that make buybacks. In this case, Microsoft shares outstandings has remained very similar during the last 5 years despite spending around $18.5 billion in buybacks during 2024. The price/earnings ratio is a good indicator to check whether a company is undervalued or overvalued, in addition to our fair value analysis. Microsoft is above the 5-year average price-to-earnings ratio, but it moves between values of 24 and 40, and currently has a value of 38.48 that is very close to 5-year highs. Additionally, looking at the financial health, currently Microsoft, it has negative net debt, meaning that with cash and cash equivalents, it can cover its total debt and still have almost 50% of a year's worth of free cash flow left over. Once most of the important metrics have been analyzed, then this month we enter the Interactive Broker and carry out the operation, looking for the Microsoft ticker. Remember that I will always try to make a purchase in order to have a commission less than 1%, and here in Interactive the commissions are 35 cents per trade. During the month of May I made one Microsoft trade at $438. So, I invested in 2 shares, representing a total investment of almost $876 and a commission of 35 cents, which means a commission of 0.04%. With this broker, we're reducing the commission slightly, and in the long run, we'll see the difference. Well, we go on to write down the purchases made in our Google spreadsheet. So I put the date on which I made each purchase, Microsoft's ticker, and finally I need to look at the euro to US dollar exchange rate because its price is in dollars and I want to reference my investment in my local currency. As you can see, it gives me a total of €776.88, adding the 31 cents fee. Now, let's move to the position sheet and placing the ticker in the first column, it automatically adds the number of shares and the average price per share. We add the tech sector reference in the column, and as you can see we have around 20% upside in 3 months. Additionally, this investment will allow us to reinvest 0.01 shares annually via dividends due to the low initial dividend yield. As we are already in the month of August, I will move on to the monthly value sheet, and in the month of August 2025, we will write the €20,246.62 that our investments are worth in the market. This month the portfolio made an upside of 8.01%, which is more than the 5.43% that S&P 500 referenced in euros has obtained in the same time period. So this month we overperformed the market for the first time in 3 months. This has been all for today, dear investors. A pleasure as always to receive your great support. Remember that these videos are not investment recommendations, and it is necessary for each of you to do your own analysis and consult a financial expert if necessary. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and activate the bell so you don't miss any of my interesting videos. Thank you for watching the video, and tell me through the comments what you think my portfolio will look like next month. Until next time.